Hello, 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 hello. It's Dirty Truckin', Dirty Truckin'. Just got back. Oh, man. Saw something horrible today. Uh, I've never seen anything like this. You know, a motor vehicle, what a car can do to a human body. That's what I saw today. I've never seen nothing like this before in my fucking life. And I hope I never see this again. I don't know why these motherfuckers don't. I don't know if speeding was involved. Speeding, I don't think he was speeding or maybe going over the speed limit. I don't know what his speed was, but he had the green light for what the guy said. But I'm on my way to pick up a rider out of Macomb, out there in, I believe that's still Roseville right there. I was on Gratiot, and I believe that is 13 miles right there. And waiting for the light to change. I'm going across the light. All of a sudden I look, and I see a goddamn body in the fucking middle of, in the lane on Gratiot. There's a body laying there on his back. His knees was in the air. And the position he was in reminded me of like rigor mortis, a body when it goes into rigor mortis. So I immediately turned and stopped. I jump out. Whatever happened must have recently just happened because the police wasn't there yet. I jump out the car, get over there. What happened? I see this Caucasian male on the ground with his right leg fucking broke at the kneecap. He was screaming for help. I saw a black car and another car. The woman was trying to comfort him. She was holding his hand. And there was a black dude there with dreads standing there. I'm like, what happened? And he tells me this story about the guy was in the street with the basket, and he was the one that hit him. I can't get the look of that man out my face, out my when I close my eyes, I see him. I see him laying there with his back, his body was like, he was like this. His knees, both knees was like up, like he had his feet pulled back, and his knees was up in the air, but his right leg fucking broke. I see the meat hanging at the knee. His leg looked like you could have just pulled it out of his pants leg. And the guy that hit him stopped. Thank God. I see all these bottles in the street, and I see a shopping cart up above, further up in front of the black car that hit him. The guy tells me that the light was green for oncoming traffic, which he was. The southbound, he was going southbound on Gratiot. Said the light was green for him. He said this guy come on the street with the basket. He had the green light. He hit him. When he said he saw him, and he mentioned about the light was green, I zoned out after that. Because this shit is a pet. I can't stand that shit. I don't give a fuck if the light red, green, blue. If you see this individual, whether they doing something stupid, trying to make it cross the light and the traffic coming, because we all do it. Or just gonna walk at his red and he gonna walk across. Anyway, Dave, do it. I don't give a fuck if that light was green. He wasn't. You saw him. He saw him. He said the guy came out into the track. He came out into the street. He had a basket, which he did. I saw the basket. The man had a bunch of bottles. So I don't know which direction he was coming from. I don't know if he was coming from the west to the east on 13 or the east to the west on 13 when he was crossing Gratiot with that basket. But when the dude told me that he had the green light and the guy that came out of the traffic, he hit him. You hit him. You saw this man with a shopping cart that was full of bottles, pop bottles, plastic bottles, and you hit him. I just saw that. The man was screaming. When the police arrived, he was still screaming. There was another lady there. She was holding his hand. They kept trying to comfort him. He was screaming. I'm just standing there looking at his leg. He had his leg bent. It was like, you know, like if you laying on your back and you just pull your knees, your legs back, and you had your knees just pointing straight up in the air. That's what his knees looked like. But the right knee, the leg was broke. And I see this blood running from the side of the leg, heading to where I was standing at. I was standing right in front of him. So the police get there. He's still screaming. I'm telling him it's bad. His leg, man. I'm just tripping. How the fuck? How the fuck do you hit somebody? It ain't that dark. It's well lit. Unless that guy just suddenly darted out in the traffic. He tried to cross on the green light, apparently. So, but here's the thing. So what? He walked out there on the green light. So you gonna take your motor vehicle and hit the man. You know what a car does to a body on impact. I saw that today. Now, I don't know if this guy was struck on the right side, the reason why his leg was broke, or he was struck and ran over and his leg got broke. I don't know. We didn't get into detail. I don't know how he was struck. But when the officers arrived, they asked did I see it happen. No, I didn't see it happen. I wish I did. I wish I saw it happen, so I give more detail. I wish I saw it happen. They was asking the guy name. They got his name. He was still screaming. And now the police was telling me we're gonna have to ask you to move your car since you didn't see it for the ambulance to get through. They direct me through traffic because I stopped. I just see a body in the goddamn street and I just whipped the fucking car over. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I thought somebody was fucking dead. I thought the man was dead, but I'm glad he's not dead. I'm glad he didn't get hit by a semi-truck. A semi-truck's coming down Gratiot. But I don't understand how he got hit in the first place. I don't understand how you hit somebody. Now see if they dart out from somewhere, you ain't see them, or they standing, because it happens. It has happened. I've had that happen. Somebody stand on the corner, you get ready to turn, you didn't see him, and all of a sudden they walk out on the street, you got to hit the brake. I've had that happen. But this guy said he saw the man. There's a difference, and this pisses me off. He said he saw the man. He said he came out to the street. He came out on the street. So that's telling me you saw him come off the sidewalk or wherever he came from into the street, and you still hit him because the light was green for you. I don't understand that. So the officer was trying to do something with his leg, but the man was just screaming. And I don't know if that was somebody put that belt around his leg to try to stop the bleeding, but he was just screaming so bad. So the officer asked who hit the guy. So he's talking to the guy who hit this man who was laying in the middle of the street. Asked him what happened. And he's standing there. He said, well, the light was green for oncoming traffic. And he come out the street with that basket. He's out the street with the basket. The light was green. So the officer said, so he was jaywalking. The guy that hit him said, pretty much. He said, jaywalking. I don't give a fuck what kind of walking he was doing. You didn't have to hit him. You didn't have to hit that man. Was you going that fast you couldn't stop? Even though the light was green, you couldn't slow down. Signal that people know that somebody out in the street. Don't hit the man. He couldn't do that. He hits the man with his car. And I'm getting out there. Now I stopped. Where I stopped at was on the left side of the crasher. Right at the median, which is where the crosswalk would be. Where I stopped at is where the crosswalk would be. So the guy said, you know, when they mentioned jaywalking, so you think he was somewhere further up in the street away from the crosswalk. Where I stopped at was the crosswalk. So I don't know. I think they need to go to some cameras to see, because that man may have been in the crosswalk when he got hit, pushing that basket. Because you got a shopping, he had a shopping cart with bottles in it. It was all over the street. I don't see nobody trying to push no shopping cart coming across Gratiot through a grassy median. You would have to push it through the sidewalk, on the sidewalk, to get it down to the street and get it over to the other side. You're not pushing no basket through no grass. Because I've crossed there at that crosswalk several times. I've crossed in that crosswalk several times. He was just not too far from the crosswalk. So when the guy tells his story about he had the green light, the guy came out into the street with the basket and he hit him. I'm looking at where the guy was laying at. When I got out of the car, all I did was went around the front of the car and took about 3-4 steps. I was right there at the man laying in the street. Gratiot is a 4-lane highway. He was in the 3rd lane. I was in the 4th lane, which I stopped in the 4th lane at the median. I didn't see it happen. I was coming down 13. I was at the light at Gratiot. When the light turned green, I was coming across, and I looked and saw a body in the street. So I turned and stopped to see if anybody needed help. What happened? Because I was going to pick up a rider who was across the street at the 7-Eleven. I jumped out the car. What happened? Now the crosswalk is right there where I stopped the fucking car. And it only took me a couple of steps to be right at the guy. So I don't know what kind of hitting of a person you could do to where when you hit the person, they just stay in the same place where you hit them. Normally when a person get hit, you knock him somewhere. Depending, I don't know if he went over the car. I don't know if the car ran over him or he just struck him, got struck in the leg and it broke his leg and he fell and rolled. But if you coming across a green light and this guy is coming across your path and you strike him with your car, I don't think he would be in the same position he was when you struck him. He was just a few, not that far from the crosswalk. My car was at the crosswalk. He was in front of my car off to the side in the third lane. So he was only a few feet away from the actual crosswalk. And he was pushing a buggy. I don't know anybody who try to push a buggy across grass, hill type grass, because that median right there on Gratiot is a hill like. I don't know anybody with a basket would take it up on the hill. I would think you would make it easy for yourself and go through the crosswalk until you get down to the other side, to the sidewalk. So either that guy was coming from Myers or heading to Myers, because I know Myers is still open till 12. There's a Kroger's on the side where this happened at. We were close to the Kroger's. They were already closed. They closed at 10. Myers stays open till midnight. That Myers out there. So I don't know if he was going to the Myers or coming from that direction on the Myers, or he was, heading to it. But his right leg got broke. I don't know how. I know he struck him, but I don't know how the impact, because I didn't see it. I don't know if he struck him and rolled over the car, or he struck him and ran over him and he ended up like that. But or he struck him and it hit him in the leg and it spun him around and he fell right there. But I don't see somebody being in a crosswalk. Well, I'll show you with my builder here. You see that crosswalk, for example. I stopped right there. When I got that, this is not where it happened at, but this is an example of being Gratiot. Just imagine that being a 4-lane highway. I stopped on this side. This is the grassy median. It's the crosswalk to get from this side to this side. I stopped right here at the crosswalk. I was up under the, I was at the light. I get out the car, go around, the guy's like right there. He was like laying like right in that position. The black car was up here somewhere, and then there was bottles all on the street, and then up further, right before the turnaround, near the turnaround, was the shopping cart. So he claimed it was jaywalking. I mean, the crosswalk was like where I was at. I don't see anybody trying to push no basket over no grass like that when they can go through the crosswalk. So when it comes to that story, you might have to go to the cameras. Hopefully they got cameras in that area, because the man was close enough to the crosswalk for me, from where I seen him laying at. And he may have ended up in that position, in that where he was at on the road after being struck. And if he ended up there after being struck, that means he was closer to the pedestrian crosswalk than this guy was saying. That's what I'm thinking, because I'm looking at where the pedestrian, I know where the crosswalk is. I was parked right at it. And the way that guy was laying at, in the third lane, he's that close. So, but what got me is that the guy said the light was green. That's all I hear. The light fucking green. Green mean go to traffic. So when he got through telling the officer what happened, the officer said basically he was jaywalking. He said pretty much. That's what the guy said, pretty much. I don't know if he was actually doing that. He had a basket. All the bottles was in the street, thrown everywhere. The shopping cart was up further. When this guy said the guy came into the street, he had a shopping cart. When he told the officer the guy came into the street, he had a shopping cart, he told me the same thing. The guy came into the street, we had the green light. Told me he hit him. I'm hearing the guy came into the street. He had a shopping cart. The guy in the street with a shopping cart. You see where I'm going with this? The guy is in the street with a shopping cart. You got a green light and you hit him. Green lights don't mean hit people. People will do dumb stuff. People dart out in traffic. People try to get across from one side to another side. Some of them crosswalks is damn near a mile from where you trying to go to. But green don't mean hit people. So, I'm going to say this again. He said the guy came into the street. He had a shopping basket. He hit him because he had the green light. I don't get it. This shit y'all do with these motherfucking motor vehicles is pissing me off. This speeding, he probably was going over the speed limit. I don't know. He may have been going over the speed limit. Nobody's doing the speed limit here. And at that time of night, his cars on crashing. But I think he could have slowed down enough so that man could get across the street. I think he could have slowed down where he didn't have to hit him. He didn't have to hit him. He didn't have to hit him. That shit fucked me up. Looking at that man with his fucking leg broke like it was. It was a Caucasian male that he hit. Because the black dude did it. That man was laying there in the street with his leg broke, hollering for help. Because this dude decides he got the green light. He see this guy trying to cross the street, and he still hit him. I don't care what the fuck he was doing. You didn't have to hit him. That was a human being. That was a living person. Thank God he didn't die. But the condition of his leg, when I seen it, I've never seen nothing like that up close. Now, I've been to morgues and seen bodies. And that's what he reminded me of when I saw it. A body that has gotten rigor mortis, and he was just laying there. His knees was you know how you you lay on your back, and you pull your feet back, and your knees is pointing straight in the air. That's how his knees was. But the right knee was broke. And he was hollering. And he was like this, like kind of turned. His back was like this. And his arm was like this. Because of a goddamn green light. Now, it'd have been different if he had said this man just boloed, ran out into the street. But he didn't. He said, the man came out in the traffic. He had a shopping cart. Now, the way he was talking, he's making me believe that he saw him when he came out into traffic. And that pisses me off even more. So, I saw something horrific today I've never seen before. I don't understand how you take your car and fucking hit somebody that you fucking see. You got eyes. He saw the man. And I know he saw the man because he said the man was pushing a basket in the fucking street. So this is dirty trucking. I just want to make this video because I don't understand how these motherfuckers with these cars thinking they professional drivers and you hit a motherfucker because you got a green light. The rest of them around here speeding, running up into the back of you, trying to make you move so they can speed even more. Damn, they're trying to sideswipe the car. I'm in everything else. Today I had one speeding on 94, white car, flying. I see him coming up in the mirror, flying. So I get out the way. I get in front of this semi-truck. He's flying. He run up to the back of another car, trying to make it move. They didn't move. He found an opening to squeeze, to shoot by, and kept on speeding. Down 90, up 94, heading toward 8 Mile. Flying fast. This is what they do. But see, at the time that guy hit the man, I didn't see it. So I don't know what his speed he was doing. I don't know if he was doing the speed limit. But all I know is if you see somebody in the fucking street, if you see somebody in the fucking street, I don't give a fuck if the light is green for you. Why in the hell do you take your car and fucking hit somebody you see in the fucking street? It was horrible. The way that man was hollering. The skin hanging from the top of his knee and the bone was broke. The man was slim. It was horrible. Horrible. Never seen nothing like that before in my life. It's dirty trucking out. They need to be alert. Just because it's green don't mean you just take your eyes off her. Just because it's green, that don't mean you hit everything that come on the goddamn street. Green is for traffic to go. But you still got to watch for pedestrians. They still, some of them, they do dumb shit. The man didn't get this, he didn't deserve to be hit. His fucking leg, man. His fucking right leg. I don't even know that shit could be repaired. It's dirty truck and I'm out.